Y'all probably wondering why I'm crying. I've been watching Speed streams, and I'm seeing all the love that he's getting in Angola. He's in South Africa, and he's getting massive amount of love. And the way that he was treated in Europe was disgusting. But to see him be a black man from the United States of African descent and be able to go back to the continent and be treated like a human by civilized African people, when we've been taught that Africa is primitive, that it's dangerous, don't go back, they have this, they have that, they don't want you, they don't like you. And to see an African American man with his stature go back to the motherland and be treated with so much respect. This is what our people fought for. This is what they fought for when they fought against Jim Crow and segregation. This is what the slave revolts were about. This is what it's always been about. Is to be able to go back home to a home that you've never been and be unapologetically black and not have to think about being black. Just being able to have your natural hair and your brown skin and not be judged and not be racially profiled and not be killed. I love the love that he is getting. And I love the love that all of my African American people are getting in the continent. And I know there's a lot of issues. I know there's a lot of things that need to be worked out. But I'm so proud. I'm so proud. And I love that for him. And I love that for all of my people that are over there. And I can't wait to hit the soil.
Bro, Speed really changing the game for real. Like, I didn't know Africa was such a beautiful country. They got cars, they got water, they got Wi-Fi. Like, we was lied to. We was really lied to. The music in Africa is just so beautiful. I used to think the only song in Africa was Waka Waka by Shakira. Come to find out, they got Davido. The US government really brainwashed us, bro. We need to go back to our brothers and sisters. Like, I really thought everybody in Africa speaks like this. And the best part of all, hear me out. Hear me out. You're not gonna believe this. They got more than one country. No, I'm not kidding. They got more. I thought it was just Africa. I really thought it was just Africa. I'm like, don't cancel me for this, but I low-key thought they live in huts. I like, you know, that's just what he teaches us.
Wait, how's there water in Africa? Bro, Speed's in a car, like he's not traveling on a camel. Wait, so Africa isn't just like sticks and mud houses? Wait, why does Africa have skyscrapers and big buildings? Like, this looks like a city here. Wait, I thought they only had tribes in Africa. Why is there a skyscraper? Bro, look at this. They're speaking English. Did you know people in Africa speak English?
So millions of African Americans are deciding to move back to Africa because of iShowSpeed's new stream. Why? So this is the main guy that went live on TikTok crying about how iShowSpeed changed his view of Africa after he believed America brainwashed him into thinking the entire continent was only huts and stick houses. Now, when I was little, I felt the exact same way. It was crazy and extremely poor and a place nobody wants to visit, when in reality, Africa is beautiful, has modern cities, and is rich in resources. 4 million views. But guys, it gets worse, so keep watching. People that are in Africa are literally commenting, please Americans, do not come here. Africa is awesome and every African American should return there. So a lot of people have different views. People are just saying, okay, you're welcome to go back then. You know, people are just being like, why is he even crying? Like, it's extremely performative, and I do agree, it is obviously very weird. Why most Americans have no idea what's going on in other countries, and I honestly think it is all done on purpose. So
I just seen Speed stream in Africa. I thought the stream was gonna be, you know, giving back, feeding the homeless, feeding the needy. Nigga, them people living good. Nigga, them people living better than some of us, nigga. It was hella love. Like, you could feel the love through the screen, gang. Like, then another thing, did y'all see the bitches? Did y'all see the ass? Like, even Speed himself had to ask a couple of them shawties, like, Is that real? Like in America, we used to BBLs. Oh, bro, they shit is there. Natural. No exaggeration. It was one segment of the stream where Speed would just walk up the street, Shawty clapping her shit. He looked the other way, Shawty clapping her shit. I'm like, nigga. Salute to Speed for going over to Africa and showing us the side of Africa that we never see. Them people over there living good, bro, and they got shit in order, bro. Salute to all the Africans, specifically the African women. You feel me? You feel me? Hey, and salute to our show Speed, man.
Proud to be a Black American, right? I didn't feel the need to say African American. I felt exactly how they did. I've been to several countries in Africa and felt like, I was in, I went to Congo, I went to Djibouti, Rwanda, Nairobi, Kenya, South Africa. I was been in a lot of those places, and I'm going, hey, Black American, I'm proud. We've accomplished a great deal. Do they really feel like we're connected with? Until I went to Ghana, I got roots in Ghana. That's my lineage. Think about if you run into an Asian dude on the street, and you say, well, where are you from? And he says, I'm from Cleveland. My people are from Cleveland. You'd be like, that's not right. Where are you from? No, Cleveland. It's stupid, right? It's silly to think that man's beginnings were from Cleveland. There's more to this story. It's exactly the same for us, for me. When I would say South Carolina and Louisiana, because my mother was from South Carolina, my father was from Louisiana. That's, even if I didn't know what lineage I had, that's part of the story. Just as much as the Asian do. When I think, oh shit, I'm thinking the beginning of who I am is a slave. Deal with that for a second. I think my beginnings of my historical background started in South Carolina and fucking Louisiana. What do you think that does to my psyche? Think about it for a second.
That's a good point.
And the fact that I knew that there was a bigger trek that started in Ghana. And believe me, I'm not one of those that I want to hold on to. No, I was cool being a Black American and very proud of it. But damn it, I realized that me telling myself that South Carolina was enough, oh, that's some bullshit. For me, I can only speak for me. But when I went back and the way I felt, man, I wish this for anybody Black living in this country. I think you free yourself and you see yourself in a different way when even if you say, which I think the right answer is, when somebody says, where are you from? And you go, I actually don't know where my historical African roots are, but my great-grandfather was from North Carolina or whatever. That frees you to know that there's more to your story. Mm. But when I learned about Ghana and when I went back there, it felt different from every place else because I felt like, oh shoot, when I landed in Ghana and I looked around, I'm like, yo, if you put a Nike shirt on this cat right there, he looks like he could be walking right on Ventura. And I clearly saw where the slaves came from because I'm going, these look exactly like American Black people right now. And in Benin and places like that. Well, when I'm in Eritrea and places like that, I stick out like a sore thumb. He's like, yeah, hey, where's this big Black American? Oh, he's right there. I would stand out like a sore thumb. And you realize that's where you got these big old strapping Black folks from. And to know that we weren't slaves, man. We were absolutely talented farmers and technical people, because that was the industry in Africa. You had to know how to farm. They kidnapped successful working people to build the country.
Yeah.
But psychologically, slaves is the term. Okay. I'm not that guy because there's not something in me that feels like something's missing, and I got to put that in there. Till I realized, and I went there, I can never look at myself the same. And oh my goodness, like I said, I wish that for everybody to find out. And it's not on some, new age.
Welcome back, family. I am here again trying to share something with you so that I can continue discussing about this. Now, I tried to show the videos of the Black Americans and let me call them African Americans. This can make a big sense because we are trying to speak about the Africans, the black people or the black community. And now, today, these people are not feeling this emotion because of the system or because of anything that has come maybe to oppress them, but they are feeling this because of what they have been able to see. And today, this is not about the people telling them. This is not about what they are being told or what they're trying to read somewhere else, but this is something that they are trying to see by their own eyes. And for so many times, when the people were coming out speak about the African continent, people are trying to feel like we are editing videos to put or to portray Africa in a different picture, as from how from how the reality is. And now, when Aisha Speed was in Africa stream living, he was not editing videos, but you were watching it live. So when he go to Ethiopia, you see the true Ethiopia. When he goes to Ghana, the same. When he goes to South Africa, you see the true South Africa. When he go to visit the different communities in Africa, doing their cultures and everything, you see it live, but not being told. And that is what is making these people to break down in tears, because what they are told about the continent is not what they have been able to see. It's not. This is not the Africa that have been shown in their TVs or in any place. This is not the Africa they know in their minds, but they know Africa in a different perspective. And when I've tried to see many Black Americans coming back to Africa, relocating to Africa, maybe through the videos of some YouTubers in Africa, like Kenyan Beast, calling them, you have to come back in Africa so that you can build together. You can come to Africa so that, you can develop, push this great continent together. But now, people were not sure, but some try to come and experience this by their own eyes. And now, today, you have find the reason why we tell you that Africa is the best and you need to come. You need to come so that you can build this great continent together. Because what you have to know as a Black American is that the Europeans, the Americans, and the Britons, these people never had any good interest to the people, to the people of the color, because they needed their main agenda to separate this great continent and split these people so they can have the Africans, the African American. It's because they needed something from us. They needed the Black people to go and fight for them. They needed them as laborers to go and work in their farms, to go and work in their buildings, to go and do the hard labors there during the time of enslavement. So they could have never wanted to see the Black people coming together, uniting, and maybe speaking one thing, agreeing in one agendas. So they had the great agenda to make this happen. That's why they came out with this idea of enslaving Africans. That's why today we are having the two group of Black people, the Africans and African Americans. Now, today, there's some people, when they see the motherland, they feel it. I've tried to show you the videos of African Americans relocating to Africa, and when they come here, when they step their feet here in Africa, many of them, they cry. They do really cry, because this is a spiritual now connection. Once you've stepped your feet in your originality land, in your homeland, in the land that built you, in the land that your ancestors were buried, you must feel it. And this is not forcing. This is not a forcing matter, but you must feel it. And that is what is happening. That is what happened. That is what happens. And now these people are feeling like, now, if this is the great continent, if this is Africa, then we need to go there. If this is Africa, we need to go there in that Africa so that we can see, we can experience how it is. If you can find any African American who has ever located back in Africa to the continent and he's living, you can see the testimony. You can listen by yourself. Imagine waking up in the morning, just doing your things without being questioned, without being suspected, because the people who are surrounding you are the same as the people who just look similar like you, and there's just the people who are welcoming, the people who are friendly. There is no police brutality. There is no lie, because there's someone who is trying to cover for his own interest. How pleasure is that? You need to experience this. Now, today Africa is rising. Africa is rising, and we have seen this through what is happening between Africa and Europe, because Africa is rising through the youths. The great push that is coming out, the great pressure that's coming out. When we say that we need you to come back to the continent, because I always do the videos of Jeffrey Sachs, and he explained as how he explains us why Africa is rising, and how Africa's rising is unstoppable, and how Africa's rising is unscapable. And because it was planned that one day it would come to happen, and that is why today is happening. Africans are not going on the battlefield with the great weapons to go and fight against the Westerners, but they are winning the wars that is spiritual. Today when America decide that they want to destroy African continent, they can do it within a seconds, because they have everything to do it. They have everything to make it happen. But why are not being able to control, even to limit all this that is happening? It is because what is here or what is happening is something that no one can stop it from happening. This is the promises that was put there by the people who were strongly believing in African unity, African independence, African freedom. So even to their last breath, they believed one thing, that there is a day the truth will come out. There is a day freedom will come out. There is a day Africa will rule, will conquer, and will rise. And that day is today. So maybe you've been having doubts about Africa, and now today that doubt must be broken. Should have been broken, because you have nothing else to think about, because today the whole truth is on the table. Now it's about you. It's just upon you to make a decision, just to make a decision that what you want from this. What do you want from this? I do really appreciate your support. You're doing great. I hope from this, together we are going to build the continent. We are going to save it. We are going to restore everything that was stolen, and we are going to retain, to restore its dignity as the great motherland to the world. You're doing great by tuning in this channel and supporting. Keep on subscribing, sharing, so that I can continue getting space to have our views and our share our ideas. And be blessed.